Please begin by completing your warm-up. Remember, for multiplication, we multiply these initial values. 2 times 4 is 8. And we add the exponents. 5 plus 6 is 11. Then you do need to check and make sure your answer is still in scientific notation. For division, we divide the initial values and subtract the exponents. For addition, if the exponents already match, we add the initial values and keep the exponents. Same process for subtraction. Instead of addition, we would subtract the initial values and complete the remaining. When you are ready, you can move on. Here I have different types of painting or painting techniques. And it says to match the painting technique to the work of art. Fill in the blank with the correct artist. So we have 3 different styles. We have pointillism, fauvism, and impressionism. So pointillism has brush strokes or dots that turn into a work of art. In impressionism, you can see there's lots of strokes. So this would be like Monet. So we're going to write Monet for impressionism. Then for Van Gogh, we have fauvism. And then we have the Paul Simonek. It says, study the painting. Record some questions that come to mind. I see there's a lot of similar colors being used here. So one might question how many different colors are used in this painting. You can see he uses the same color of dots in several different locations of the painting. You might wonder what type of brush he used. But our focus question today is going to be, how many of those dots are in this painting? And then we have to make a guess. I'm going to guess about 2 million dots, which is about 2 times 10 to the 6th. Now we need to come up with a strategy. We're not going to count every single dot in this painting. So we needed a strategy to make this a little less complicated for us. The strategy that I'm going to try is to break up the painting into smaller sections. And then I'm only going to count the dots in that section. Or in one section. And multiply to get an estimate for the whole painting. So the tools that I need to use are some kind of straight edge, probably a ruler so that my boxes are all the same size, and then maybe a pencil to mark off the ones that I've completed. And then we're going to come up with our estimate, which we got to do the strategy first. So heading back over here to the painting, I'm going to make it larger, and then I'm going to fill this in with a grid. So I'm going to set up my grid off screen, and then I'll pop it up here once I'm finished creating it. Okay, so I broke my box up, or my painting up, into a 10 by 10 grid, so there's 100 boxes on here. That way, after counting how many is in one box, I can multiply by 100. So I'm just going to count up how many brush strokes I see in one of these boxes. Again, this is going to take me a while, so I'll do that off screen. I counted approximately 190, but there are 100 boxes, so that is 19,000 as my estimate. Or you could write that as 1.9 times 10 to the 4, because we would move that decimal 4 spots. Consider your answer from problems 3 and 4. Which is larger, your guess from problem 3 or your estimate from problem 4? My original guess was larger. I guessed 2 million. The question of how many times as large is a division question. So I had 2 million divided by 1.9 times 10 to the 4th power. Remember, with problems like these, we're going to divide those initial values. So 2 divided by 1.9 is about 1.05. And then we subtract those exponents. 6 minus 4 is 2. So approximately 105 times larger. How much larger is a subtraction question. So now we have 2 times 10 to the 6th minus 1.9 times 10 to the 4th. These do not have the same exponent, so we need to make them match. I'm going to change them both to 10 to the 4th power. So this will be times 10 to the 4th. I moved that down twice, so I need to move my place value up twice. 200 minus 1.9 will tell us our new initial value. And that's 198.1. And we keep the exponent, but this is not in scientific notation, so we need to move that decimal back 2 spots. 1.981 times 10 to the 6th, because we went to a lower number, we need to make the exponent higher. All right, here, this is also a number that's referencing that painting. Do you have any thoughts what this 8 times 10 to the 6th could mean? This is actually the price of the painting, or an estimated cost of it. Not to make, but to purchase. So our focus question here is going to be, how much would each of those dots be worth? If we split the cost of the painting up per dot, how much would each of those dots be worth? And we estimated that there were 1.9 times 10 to the 4th dots in the painting. And we just saw that the painting was worth 8 times 10 to the 6th dollars. So when we divide those two, remember we divide the initial values. So 8 divided by 1.9. Which is about 4.21. And then when we're dividing, we subtract the exponent. So 6 minus 4 is 2. Or we could say that each dot is about $421 per dot or per brush stroke. Please make sure your warm-up has been completed. If you need to go back to the beginning of the video and pause, make sure you do so. and then complete the work in your workbook so it's all filled in.